Hey guys, Desolator Magic here, and it's time for some more Magic News, compliments of the Desolator News Network. The only news network that you already know you can't trust. Oh wait, what did the Onion say back in the day? Oh yeah, we're like the normal news, but 40% louder. Anyway, first up, as is tradition with the release of any set, the main Magic subreddit, aka the one run by crazy people, fascist crazy people, has been absolutely flooded, bombarded by people showing up who have, really never been there before but know of it, posting, hey, what's this weird card I got in my set booster? It looks like it's from 14 years ago. Are they doing one of those hidden treasure things like they did with Zendikar? No! So they started a mega thread, and they pinned it, and it's called Confused About That Unexpected Card in Your NEO Booster? It's completely normal. It's from the list. Now, I gotta circle back to a similar story. Remember when Alchemy first came out and they're like, here's the adjusted cards? Within a day or two, I think it was, somebody went to a tournament, I think it was Friday Night Magic, and I believe it was a kid, like a 14-year-old, shows up, and he says, no, that's not how that card works anymore. They changed it. They updated it. I read the news article. And then they had to call the judge over, which was, pretty much the store owner, because everybody lies about having a judge. And he's like, no, that's only for alchemy. The kid's like, what's alchemy? I heard the term, but I don't know what that is. And then I did the tournament, that little, 2,000 coin entry, and then you get basically 2,000 coins back if you win 2 or 3 matches. So I'm like, I'll take a crack at it. I mean, I got a pretty badass deck. I did win the first game. But I didn't have one single valid deck because it was best of 3, and I keep forgetting, because I never play best of 3, that best of 3 standard constructed on Arena does not include any of the A-series cards. And you might be thinking, oh, Alchemy? No, the precursor to Alchemy that uses the exact same symbol. So then I thought, oh, is this another Alchemy event? Because I could have sworn it said standard constructed best of 3, but okay. So I swap out, Luminarch and a couple other cards with the Alchemy one. Oh, now I've got 5 invalid cards. It took me 3 or 4 tries to figure out what the hell was going on. Because nothing is labeled, it's fragmented to hell. And remember, 1, I run a Giant Magic the Gathering YouTube channel. I literally reported on this. And 2, I've seen this exact problem before, and I still didn't immediately realize why the hell they wouldn't let me into the damn tournament I just paid the entry fee for. And by the way, I landed with 1,500 coins and gave up because the second person I went up against was a Super Friends Control-a-thon win with Manlands douchebag. So that was a complete waste of my time. So all they managed to do was roll up something that nobody wanted, nobody asked for, and nobody is playing. Then they tried to shove it down our throats by making it the format for the last couple events. And now they've just confused the hell out of people, even in paper. Good job, guys. Next up, somehow it's already been leaked that the secret bonus card in the Street Fighter secret lair is Hadouken, which is, I'll say Godzilla-fied. I don't know, is there a real term for this? Reframed and renamed? I don't know, I kind of like that. But anyway, it's really just Lightning Bolt. So it's, 1 cost, red spell does 3 damage to any target. But it's Hadouken, and then right under the Hadouken, it says, with the little cutout thing, Lightning Bolt, so you know what card it really is. Generally, people have been like, yeah, that's actually kind of cool. Also, I'm hearing reports of some secret layers in the past, or maybe they're leaked from the current ones. Honestly, I don't even care. Just people stop buying these, please. Without asking, they foiled the back of the card. Yeah, the back. So let's see, what gimmicks have they pulled off just in the last 6 months with secret layers? We've got cards printed upside down, backwards. Yeah, Stranger Things was upside down. That one's, it's kind of funny because I get it, upside down, get it. But then they had like fake misprints, and it's just, my God, they've gone full blown, just throw everything at the wall. And my guess is that they're doing it because it's got to be one of 2 things. Either secret layers are doing amazing and they want to double down so people don't get sick of it, or secret layers aren't selling like they used to, and they're trying to up the ante to keep it going. I'm not sure which. I legitimately, if I had to guess, it would be almost 50-50. I don't know. But speaking of secret layers, I got at least 2 reports that the latest one, the super drop with 7 or 8 ones, including Street Fighter and the other ones, the cool looking lands that everybody loves, the whole shebangarang said currently unavailable for every single entry for a good portion of the day after they were announced. Now, I couldn't verify because of, timing obviously, if they just hadn't gone on sale yet, but usually by the time the announcement is up, that's when they're for sale, in case it's not oh, come back in 36 hours if you're interested. No, you read the article, you want it now. It's supposed to be an impulse thing, I would think. So kind of weird. People thought, oh, did people rush out and order every single one to the point where they just cut it off? No, I think they had a computer glitch or something. Or they forgot to launch it, or it was weird. It was over a weekend, but it was definitely strange. I am yet to see an explanation for what happened there, but people got the screenshots to prove it. Next up, Mark Rosewater is talking about something crazy on his blog. Yeah, I know, it's the most non-news thing I could possibly report on. Well, somebody asked him, because that's how it works, with the rise of digital play, more collector-focused products, and advances in printing tech, clearly you haven't been paying attention. Do you see a world where draft boosters can step away from the role as the primary bottleneck, kiss my ass, for card acquisition and lean harder into their identity as a limited game piece? So limited is sealed and draft, and they really meant draft. So Mark kind of summarizes what they're getting at. He replies, how would people feel about cards unique to the draft booster that are designed specifically for draft? And if you want to comment on it, do it down below. People had a lot to say on Reddit, but that subreddit is full of absolute morons, so I'm not going to read any of it. Also, it's heavily censored by absolute fascist lunatics. I'll tell you, from a business standpoint, they should not move people towards, oh, you're building a deck? Just buy singles. Because what are you going to spend more money on? Trying to get the cards you want by opening several boosters, or like people just buy one box per set, or whatever I wouldn't say whales, but like the more common but heavy players do? Into just, that's not even where you get the cards anymore. Some are here, some are there, some are to set boosters, some are over here. Oh, the draft one you're going to get, 1 in 10 cards are going to be draft only, not even 4 constructed. You know what? Just buy the singles. Well, if you just buy the singles, you buy the minimum number of packs it takes for someone else to have opened the packs to get the singles. Now, if you open the packs yourself, like you open a full box and then just trade and then fill in the gaps by ordering, singles online right at your local gaming store, you are generally going to spend more money. And every time you open like a, $40 to $100 card, I guess that's more Masters, but we had a $40 card in Kamigawa briefly. Every time you open one of those, although now it's fragmented into the collector's boosters, do you see the problem? You can be like, oh, cool, in-store credit, and then you open even more, which is just more product then that gets demanded from Wizards, because every standard set, last I heard from Wizards about 3 years ago, is now print to demand, which means if stores sell it and distributors like that went fast, give us another wave, they will do it. Now, COVID kind of threw that for a loop, though, so that was their intention, and I think it's still their official policy, but how realistic it is to actually do is another thing. Now, that said, it looks like the price of the paper cards is absolutely tanking. Like, the box EV has gone down daily by a noticeable amount from every metric that I was looking at, just for Kamigawa and Neon Dynasty, so it is not doing very well. People are not responding to this obsessive weeb bullshit and the 50 different showcase frames. They went way too nuts with this. It's too confusing, and they've driven people out of standard and paper and constructed and everything. So now it's coming back to bite them, and I predicted this at least like halfway through last year. I think we're going to see at quarter 3 to quarter 4 of 2022 another unannounced Masters set. Because remember, they can throw these together really quickly and just make sure it resembles something that vaguely works in a draft environment. After that, it's 100% reprints, as long as it's not a Horizons product. Remember, all we've got is Kamigawa Unfinity, which I don't think will sell very well, although it's going to be 50% real cards and 50% silver bordered, which, oh God, they're dropping the term silverboard and going with Acorn Stamp. Don't even get me started. Then New Capenna, Dominaria United, which I forget what that is, some kind of Dominaria redo, kind of like that Time Spiral thing. Then Double Masters 2022, okay, and that's quarter 3, but then it's Jumpstart and the Brothers War. So actually, I take it back. We might not see a Masters product. We might see an unannounced Horizons product that they move up, or an anthology, specifically a Commander anthology, because we haven't had one in a while. I think something's going to be on that 2022 roadmap that we don't see right now. And honestly, they could just cancel Jumpstart 2022 for all I give a shit. And I think they know that. Not just me, everyone in the community. Like, I can't see anybody who was like, yeah, Jumpstart was a good thing and I enjoyed it. It was beneficial for historic on digital and paper. It was not. It flopped. It was awful. And I think to this day, the first Jumpstart still hasn't shipped in parts of Europe. They basically came out and announced, we're just giving up and moving on. I'm not kidding. They actually admitted that. Unbelievable. So yeah, with Standard doing poorly, we're going to see more secret layers and more side products and more reprint products, because reprints are where the money is. I bet you that like Double Masters is going to outperform, probably by double would be my guess. Just gross income for Wizards, probably double to triple what a standard set is. So if they want to make an extra like $100 million and just kind of ballpark, just make a reprint set. And if you want like the quickest, easiest, just hit Control P and enter again, which, okay, it's a little more complicated, you just do a Commander Anthology again and go back to like 2010. I mean, last time they did a Commander Anthology, they took 4 decks, put them in an anthology, printed it, and put it on the shelf. Zero thought, zero planning, you just literally print it again. And they basically just took the 4 most expensive or most sought after Commander decks and threw them all together, and then sold it for an obscene price. But that said, it was still worth the value. And yeah, if a deck hits 150 and people really want that front commander card, it's probably an $80, $90 front commander card. So things get really out of control. I know Atraxa was like that for a while, actually. So I'm all about, like, don't price people out of the game, and if they want a card, they should be able to afford it. Like, I'm not about, oh, value is always going up, gotta protect those MTG finance investors. No. I want people to afford to play the game. Let's start there. That should be the baseline, because if that's not true, well, then nobody plays the game and you don't have a game, and then all the investors lose all the money and everything drops. So if you're going to take an $80 card and print it, reprint it until it's like $10 to $20, good. That is a good thing, because now people can afford to put that in their deck and build the deck that runs it. Especially in Commander. If there's not enough to go around, you literally cannot build the deck for like any reasonable price, and then you just don't build the deck and you don't play Magic. That's not good, so I wouldn't mind seeing another Commander Anthology, and I bet we will. I can almost guarantee it with how poorly Kamigawa did. And the last story, just to follow up, I did miss this because I was really rushing the research because it's been just a nightmare last week with all the job interviews, and I was volunteering at a fundraiser thing, and it was just absolutely just frantic. But yeah, the Alta Fox people, they said right on their website and on other social media and stuff that I tracked down, more than one person at their company is a Magic player. So although their presentation and the video and all that was like, oh, this number, that term, this thing, look at this graph, at the end of the day, they've made very clear statements saying we play Magic and we're not happy with Magic. So the whole let's spin off WotC, they're not unfamiliar with the game, and they probably know more about the state of it, although they could just be like kitchen table casual, haven't looked at Standard in 5 years kind of people, where they still don't really know what's going on. But if you've got, a good fraction of $1 billion invested in Hasbro, you do tend to follow what they're doing. And I think I've heard all kinds of numbers, but 40 to 70% of the income from Hasbro is Wizards of the Coast, and like 90% of Wizards of the Coast is like Magic, and the other 10% is like D&D. It's like something like that, so I don't see how a spinoff would benefit them. I think that there's complete and utter ulterior motives here, but when you're holding that much stock, you aren't just like, oh, yeah, we're going to have them we're going to trick them into spinning off Wizards of the Coast, and somehow that'll fix Magic. Oh, but we'll take the stock hit because that's a terrible idea. No, I don't think so. I mean, I want the game fixed badly, but like I don't want the game fixed that badly, and I don't think anybody wants it fixed more than I do, so just saying. So the whole, hey, like y'all gotta contact me because I'll let you know what's really going on with Wizards. They might know what's really going on with Wizards and Magic, but still, I still think we should talk. And now, bare minimum, if I just want to know like what's really going on here, I'd love to do an interview with these people on my channel. But this isn't, like panic mode, like, oh my God, they need to contact me. Like I was at last video where it's like, dudes, there are some things you need to know about Magic and their management and their employees before you like say all this stuff about boards and Hasbros and spin-offs and all that, okay? Generally, to sum it up, I think they might be more aware than I gave them credit for, because they have admitted they are Magic players, and one of the people they wanted on the board was a Magic player. It was, of course, I think, was it John Finkel? I just remember the last name because, it was like John laces out Dan Finkel because, of course. You gotta leave a like on the video if you get that reference. Also, congratulations, you're old. So that's all the Magic news for today. I actually uploaded a really important video that everybody's just going nuts over on my other channel, EST, Emergency Survival Tips. I guess I'll just link directly to the video. But if you want to subscribe over there, just kind of breeze through the content and be like, oh yeah, I could get into this. It's kind of like prepper content, but it's like practical educational stuff. And it's me being positive and happy, if you can imagine that. Yeah, it's almost like on my other 3+ channels. I never want to give the real number because there's a couple I don't want you guys to know about. But yeah, on my other multiple channels that don't cover Magic the Gathering, it's nothing but sunshine and rainbows and jokes and happiness and all that. It's just the Magic world that's completely and utterly f***ed that gets me in this attitude. But, well, that's Wizards of the Coast for you. I have a slightly different strategy than Alta Fox. Okay, I think that they should spin off Wizards of the Coast as a separate entity, and then they should all Now, I don't know what that would do to the stock price, but it just seems like it would be a net positive to me. And also, I probably can't say that on YouTube. So hey, check out that other video. It's about a very like up to the week thing that's going on with the sun that NASA doesn't want people to be alarmed about. Really, everybody should just go take a look at that. So link in the description, and I'll see you guys next time.